What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is May the 6th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that though, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, big one for today is the trade balance. And so that's coming out early, 7:30. Most likely that won't really directly impact the broader market. Rather, it might stimulate Trump to really start talking about tariffs more than what he already does on a daily basis. So again, that could really move the market because market doesn't like that level of uncertainty, but you never know. If negative enough, you might have Trump coming out and signaling a lot of trade deals, kind of portraying it in a positive light. So something to kind of keep in mind. Aside from that though, it is just going to be the market reacting to companies unveiling their earnings. So far, you are seeing a little bit of a pullback in the broader market. So Dow is down 0.63, S&P down 0.74, and then NASDAQ is down 1.05. So a little bit of a pullback, but then again, given what has happened over the last 5 days, I think there is a certain level of consolidation that is somewhat warranted. Aside from that though, fear and greed index is under the greed category, so it has really improved over the last couple trading days, moving from the fear to the greed, meaning people's appetite for risk is on the table. Somewhat resemblant based on some of the trending stocks, but nothing that I'm going to be talking on today. So starting off with SoFi. So it is just piggybacking off the broader market, down 1.63. Yesterday did do fairly well for whatever reason. Big money really wanted to focus on SoFi, as well as shorts wanted to return it, despite there being no news. So today's kind of more in line with just the broader market. 13.75% of the free float's being shorted, so shorts aren't doing anything so far pre-market. And if yesterday was a indication of maybe them being fearful, maybe they might continue to return. Couple key levels though, with it at 1266. It is trading between this R1 and the pivot, so 1187 will be a strong support. 1413 is going to be the next strong target. Moving on, Palantir. They did have a lot of good growth. It is getting dragged down, and I think this was anticipated. So, and what I mean by that is, regardless, even if Palantir was going to hit a home run, which they kind of did do fairly well, people are going to look at the forward PE and just say, hey, this isn't appropriate. And I think Wall Street does that to a lot of big innovative companies. So I even did post this on my Patreon saying that I did feel that Palantir was going to pull back, not because of the actual data points, but rather what Wall Street sees as kind of the fair value and looking at a lot of the key metrics a little bit closer. So this might be a good buy the dip type of opportunity for any investor that was liking it at the 120s. Today is just a dream come true for you. But aside from that, yesterday shorts did increase a small amount, but 2.35% of the free float is being shorted. So obviously, I've brought this up time and time again, shorts have PTSD. So even in times of massive market fear, you have shorts still returning Palantir, because on times in the past when they have felt very bold and safe enough to increase their position, they get screwed. So I think even with their earnings market dragging it down, shorts still won't really increase a significant amount. So something to keep in mind. But right now with that 114, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 113.25 is going to be a strong support, and then 119 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. I do feel once the market opens, you will see a good buying opportunity, but first you most likely will see a quick push lower, and that will be probably the best buying opportunity. Might even break below this S1 momentarily, and most likely occur within the first 1 hour of the trading day. But as what we've seen with Palantir time and time again, every time one of those dips do occur in the first hour, it's bought up very fast. So you'll have to be ready for that kind of day trade. But moving on, ticker is WRD. So WeRide, it is up 12% because of a new announced partnership after hours, strategic partnership with Uber. So pretty good stuff. So they're going to be bringing autonomous vehicles to 15 more cities. So pretty positive for that. And this company definitely has seen better days. So it's gone down quite a lot. potentially you could see a lot of big money really focusing on it. It's not heavily shorted, so 0.9% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 1.48 million shares. So not a squeeze play. Shorts won't really impact it that much today, but with it at 764, trading between this pivot and this S1. So 578 is going to be a strong support. Then 893 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. Lucid is getting a lot of volume, so it's within the top 10 most heavily traded so far this morning. And even yesterday during the trading day, it was top 10, but they have their earnings coming out today. So for whatever reason, you had institutions selling it. So if you're looking at day trading, should be a kind of a volatile day leading into the earnings. I'm going to be doing a live stream of their earnings, so if you're interested, pop over to my Lucid dedicated channel called Lucid City, so pop over there and kind of take a look. But estimates right now are -23 cents for the earnings per share, 246.16 million for the revenue, and then over the last 90 days, 2 positive, 2 negative revisions to the earnings per share. 28.82% of the free float is being shorted. So yesterday was also a very abnormal day. You had institutions selling it for whatever reason, and then you also had shorts returning a significant amount. I think net they did return roughly around 6 million or something along those lines. So yeah, it should be a fun time. We'll see what happens, and if they do continue to return leading into the earnings, I could see that as relatively optimistic. Right now though, with that 236 right below this pivot point, so 241 will be a key point to really get over early on, and then flip side 218 is going to be the strong support. So should be a fun day. Let me know your viewpoint on that. And then last but not least, ticker is GPUS hyperscale. So it went up 465% yesterday, so today is just more of the consolidation pulling back, which in reality, given any stock going up that amount, normally you'd have a little bit of a further dip than 19%. So that does lead me to believe that there might be a potential second push higher. Yesterday did have a high of, it looks as 908. So potentially you could see that retested again. It is above all the key fib levels, so I'm not going to bother going over that. But 16.68% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 241,000 shares overall are being shorted. So this is exactly what the market does like to squeeze. Somewhat heavily shorted, low float. So again, this could be a big focal point for a lot of big institutions really wanting to day trade, swing trade, and potentially retail investors that are looking for squeeze plays. This could be that kind of focus. So let me know your general thoughts on these stocks. Is there any other stocks that's floating your boat that you're going to be watching today? If so, drop some tickers in the description below. And yeah, with all that, hopefully everyone has a good day. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.